Welcome back, friends. I'm Chef Walter. This episode of Flavors and Knowledge will focus on the Italian legendary dessert tiramisu, or Lift Me Up. Before we go into the actual sweet, let's talk about the biscuit that's really fundamental in the preparation. The name of the biscuit is savoiardo. The word savoiardo literally means from Savoy, a region of France that in times gone by included parts of the Italian region of Piedmont. The county of Savoy, in time, became a duchy. Later on, the Duke of Savoy acquired also the title of King of Sardinia, and finally, in 1861, Victor Emmanuel II became King of the newly united Italy. The Savoy family lost the Italian throne in 1946 when people voted to change the monarchy into a republic. The savoiardo of interest in this context is a cookie, and as its name suggests, one related to the noble family of Savoy. The story says that in the mid-14th century, the pastry chef of Amedeo VI, also known as the Green Count, created a feathery finger-shaped cookie for a dinner whose special guest was the King of France. The cookie was a big success and continued his life graced with the blessing of the noble family under whose roof it was created. Savoiardi, as usual, the plural form is much more used than the singular, can be eaten as they are, but in practice they are more often used as ingredients for desserts thanks to their delicate flavor, lightness, and sponginess. Of course, the tiramisu, another one that comes to mind, is called zuppa inglese, also known as English soup. No, it's not a soup, it's actually a dessert, a pudding-like dessert. And the charlotte russe are three examples of desserts that employ savoiardi as supporting cast. The second product in the tiramisu is the mascarpone cheese. Mascarpone is an Italian cheese from the Lombardy region, made by curdling milk cream with citric acid or acetic acid. It is a thick double or triple cream, soft in consistency, with a very high fat content ranging from 60 to 75%. Many use cream cheese instead of mascarpone because it may not be available to them or simply for cost practice. The biggest difference between mascarpone versus cream cheese is the amount of milk fat each contains and where they are originated. Since mascarpone or Italian cream cheese has a higher fat content than the American counterpart, mascarpone has a much richer, creamier taste and honestly incomparable as far as quality is concerned. Tiramisu, as you know, is one of the most famous and widespread desserts throughout Italy. Its origin can be mainly attributed to the Veneto and the Friuli Venezia Giulia region in the northeast of Italy. The base of the dessert can be made with different types of biscuits or sponge cake, depending on the recipe. Other standard ingredients include coffee, espresso in this case, sugar, cocoa, eggs, and mascarpone. Characterized by its truly unique tenderness and softness, tiramisu made with savoiardi or ladyfinger is certainly one of the most appreciated variations. In addition to the yeast and the natural citrus aroma, ladyfingers are prepared namely eggs, flour, and sugar. The egg mixture is beaten until stiff, therefore giving it a full consistency, which helps the biscuit rise and makes them light and crumbly once they have been baked. Ladyfingers are perfectly suited for dunking as they quickly absorb liquids, holding them inside and keep them even softer. Not surprisingly, in addition to tiramisu, they are used to prepare a multitude of different desserts, as we previously mentioned. The name ladyfingers derives from the shape they take prior baking, just like fingers. Here are some advice on the perfect tiramisu. Good tiramisu needs the right consistency, which means that it must be neither too dry or too watery. Ladyfingers provide the best base. It must be kept in mind that they need to be soaked in the coffee at the right moment. and not when the coffee is still hot. I soak them on one side and place them in the dessert trifle bowl with the west side facing upwards so that the gravity can do the rest. But the success of the dessert also depends on the cream filling, which should be thick and to which the rule of the 3/5 should apply. And the 3/5 are 5 eggs, 5 tablespoons of sugar, and 500 grams of mascarpone cheese, which is pretty much equivalent to 1 pound. It is crucial to add the ingredients one by one at room temperature so that they blend well. To not obtain a tiramisu that's overly sweet, I recommend not to sweeten the espresso, but dilute it with 2 tablespoons of water. To garnish the dessert, it's best to use bitter cocoa powder, as the sweet cocoa powder creates a contrast with all of the ingredients. And finally, refrigerate the dessert for at least 2 hours before serving, and I'm sure that you will have a winner in this particular process. And that is all for this episode. Subscribe to Flavors and Knowledge and our preferred platform, and subscribe to our YouTube channel under Chef Walter Cooking School. Until the next time, keep your eyes on the fire, and thanks for listening. Ciao.